Hey, what's going on? We got a new addition to the tank. Just picked up a torch coral. If you saw how I acclimated it, I actually moved it a little bit lower than where it originally was. It was a little bit to the right where this section is right now. So I moved it over here because the actual water flow was actually pulling it a lot. Right now where it is actually has a nice water flow. It's not too strong, but it's not too light. Just get a quick overview of what I have in the tank. I have a 1050 Corellia high door pump. I have a 305 canister with a high door inline heater. It's a 300 watt. I got about 20 pounds of live rock. Got a blue hippo tang, the bicolor angel as you see right there, blue damsel, firefish goby, fire red shrimp, and about 3 tank raised clownfish. I also got a red spotted dragonet, which he's running off into the corner, and about 10 blue leg hermit crabs, which there goes one right there. I originally had 10 red hermit crabs. I'm down to 2. I guess they had a bad gang war and Bloods and Crips, and guess what? Crips won. I got about a dozen seraph snails, which are hiding in the sand or hiding in a rock somewhere. There goes one right there. And I also have about 6 turbo snails, which there goes a big one. Haven't seen him in a while. And actually one right there. Turbo snails are everywhere. They live true to the name. They are the most active snail that I've seen. They're all over the place. But I also got an Aquamax hang on the back protein skimmer. If anyone's looking for something that's streamlined and you don't have the actual pump in the actual tank, this is a good unit. I've had no problems. It's quiet, it's not silent. Just gonna repeat again, it's quiet but it's not silent. Right now what you're hearing right now is probably my lights from my Aqualife lighting fixture, which has 2 10,000 watt bulbs, 2 10 T5 bulbs, sorry, 2 T5 blue bulbs, and 4 LED bank for lunar lights, which is also a great unit for actually, if you want to actually have corals, this is a great unit for that as well. You'll have no problem with your lighting and the wattage. Here's a quick shot of what I have in the back. That's the high door 300 watt unit. You can actually, that's the fluval hose that's going directly to it. It has no problem adapting to it. All you have to do is get a 5/8 vinyl tubing from your local hardware store. If you know anything, Lowe's, I would say, is the best place to get it. If you go to Home Depot, those idiots don't have a clue of what is what. I'm sorry to say, but I've been into 4 Home Depots. Ever asking a question, they all look at me like I have no idea what I'm talking about. Even when I bring the product or the tubing in there, they still have no idea what it is. Here's a quick shot of the Aquamax. Like I said, the pump is actually inside the canister. This is the chamber. This thing pulls out a lot of waste every day. A lot of waste. Right now you're not seeing any waste in there because I recently just cleaned out the canister. But every day this thing pulls out a lot of good waste. You have to get the trick of it. When you first get it, you actually have to adjust it all the way to the top. Quick showing you how it looks. This is the whole collection cup. When you first get it, best thing to do, is they say, is start it off at the top and gradually work your way down. Right now I got about almost a quarter way down, so I'm pulling a lot of good solid waste out of like that. I don't like it too wet, but I don't like it too dry. So right now this is a pretty good way to keep it at. Also, the best way to do it is actually you have to have I was saying escape valve, escape hose, just in case if it overflows. I have it running to it, just a little bucket I got from Home Depot. That's the only thing good about Home Depot. They have a lot of good buckets for cheap. So I just got the actual vinyl tube and I have it running like that. And that's it for the protein skimmer. Here's a quick shot of the Fluval. Sorry about the towels. Always keep some towels handy. But if I turned off everything right now, this thing, the Fluval, is quiet. I give it that. It is very quiet. It's easy to clean. The chambers, everything is easy to clean. I should have went with this unit, but I didn't. A lot of people claim that this unit is not good for saltwater tanks or this, that, and third. It's hard to use. If this is hard to use, I guess those people were slightly retarded or mentally challenged, whatever you want to call it. Hey, that's what it is. But once again, right now, Coral Torch, after about being in the tank for roughly about five hours, it's blooming very well. It's gotten bigger. I didn't really notice it. It's actually gotten real nice in the sides right now. So in this section right here, I'm gonna put in the actual mushroom corals, and I should be getting those tomorrow. So actually that with a yellow tang. So I'll give you a shot on how that looks. A lot of people might say I have a lot of hair algae. I did have a big bloom. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it I like, some of it I don't like. It gives that whole feel of just being underwater when you see everything moving. Plus, a lot of the fish actually eat the algae. But I actually found a way, which they told everybody else, was actually cut back on the lighting, which that I'm actually doing. I already have my lighting running on a basically pretty much like a 9-hour cycle right now, which I'm also starting to get a lot of purple coralline starting to grow, little spots of it here and there. I'm gonna start getting rid of a lot of this fake plants. I just put them in there just for a little bit of color, but once I get the corals in there and have it way more colorful than what it is. The only actual shrimp that I lost was I actually had 2 scarlet shrimp. I'm down to 1, which here he is right here. Which this guy actually, once you put your hand inside, he starts eating right off your hand. It feels weird at first, but they go right after your hand. If anything's on your hand, he'll eat it. On your arm, they're a real active cleaner. I had a smaller one. I don't know what happened to him, so we're gonna chalk it up to, you know, just the circle of life, Kuna Matata. He just didn't make it. But I hope you enjoyed. Any questions, any compliments, any advice that you would want to give, just let me know. And thanks for watching. Later.